Hello.
Hey everyone!
Hello.
Hi! Welcome to another exciting episode. We are back in the Curse of Strahd, continuing our adventure as we're coming to a close very soon. The group has made it to a specific town known as Vallaki. They are currently looking for some of the pieces they need and what they believe they will need to defeat Strahd, and they're hoping to find it here. Now, anyone remember any details about what happened in the previous episode and any details about this town that I dropped and let you guys know?
Well, we fought werewolves last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was most of it.
Yeah, we whistled and that one girl came to rescue us.
In and out of the anti-magic field, and I obtained a new Gundam suit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you obtained a Gundam suit.
Oh, real quick,
The
birthday
size of
shout
a
out.
person.
Birthday shout out to this guy up here.
Yes, this is actually, today is our friend Rude's birthday.
Yeah.
The wonderful Jumble's birthday.
Still not dead.
Someday. Just not today.
Okay, nope, sorry. False alarm.
Oh.
Hang on.
Yeah. What do you think? Still alive.
Still alive. So yeah, that's
Does
pretty much
anyone
all
else
we.
want to answer stuff, or
I mean, that's pretty much what happened for the most part. Wolves and
It was a lot
mech
of
suit.
oh yeah, and Esmeralda came back and is, I think, tagging along still.
Yeah, because she
And,
realized she couldn't leave you guys because you guys seem to not be able to do much without her.
Yeah, we need an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we pick up the rest of the crew.
Yep, Ismark and Irina as well.
Yep, Ismark and Irina are with you as well now. You're kind of all traveling together with wagons, and you guys have just reached the gates of Vallaki. So we are currently in that situation at the moment.
And there we need to find a nest of ravens.
That's the clue you guys currently have. So that's kind of what you're looking for at the moment. But other details that you are aware of, if you don't remember.
Oh, well,
You know what? Actually, I'm going to give each one of you guys a chance. Besides Rude, because it is his birthday, anyone know currently who runs this town in Vallaki?
Somebody
I don't
of
think I
great
actually know
importance.
Absolutely, but I'm looking for a name specifically.
Billy?
Not Billy. You're out. All right. What do you think, RJ? Who runs
Somebody
this
from
town?
the Durst family.
The Durst family?
Yeah.
Yeah, his first name Fred.
They serve hot dog water.
Or the Donovich family.
No.
I don't have very many notes.
I didn't take any notes. But I want to say Burgermeister. That was a thing at one point.
Yeah, well, the Burgermeister, usually in every town within Strahd, there is a Burgermeister, kind of like the mayor or the leader of that town. So, you guys have ran into a couple already by now and helped a lot with their problems, but this one's a little different. Actually, it's kind of a personal thing, which is fantastic, and yet you don't know, which is interesting. So, I guess we're going to find out.
It's somebody related to her, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know the name, though. I forgot.
Yeah, no one gets the point. I'm sorry.
The Vanderlofts?
Yes, thank you. The Vanderlofts run this town.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was looking through my notes, and Esmeralda, I believe, did note that we have to find an inn with the symbol of a raven for the nest of ravens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ravenception. Get it?
So we're looking for ravens on a raven on a raven.
On Raven Island.
Oh, no, Raven.
Because, dog, we heard you like ravens. So we got your raven up on a raven up on a raven.
Raven. Absolutely. You rip Raven.
Gonna be murder up in here. Oh no, wait, that's crows. I think ravens were an unkindness, was what they call the group.
I know.
That really is an odd balance. Like, okay, we're a murder of crows. We're an unkindness of ravens.
Now we can mark this as educational.
That's
Everybody learned
right.
something.
Right.
The more
And
you
about
know.
prejudices between animal groups. Like, no, they're a murder of crows, all right. You'd
All
rather
right,
deal
not-
with an unkindness of ravens.
Absolutely. I would rather deal with an unkindness of raven than a murder of crows.
Kill him with kindness. Is that where it comes from?
No, that's a blended group of crows and ravens.
You have to be crow to be unkind. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
Let's actually get into this now. Now that we've wasted enough time and I've been able to look over my stuff. So you guys have arrived at the gates. Who would like to give me some perception checks?
Before we walk into the gates, I'm gonna exit my suit. Just give
Oh,
it a
are you
scan,
actually
sir.
still in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was resting while it walked.
Oh my lord.
So how do you know we're here?
I commanded it to awaken me when we arrived.
Oh,
Shoot.
so ding, 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 ding.
Didn't you command it to follow me? Where am I at?
I did, yeah, that's true. I did.
You guys should all be in the wagon, by the way.
Oh,
You guys have not been walking this entire time.
oh, not the entire time.
Hmm.
We didn't want our
Well,
legs to
I've
cramp.
given you the comfort to actually sit and travel in a wagon.
All praise the DM.
You're welcome. We could have been on the road for another 5 or 6 episodes, so
True.
no.
I was like, wait, we're already here? Dang, we made good time.
Yeah. Well,
When
it's
you don't
funny.
stop to burn things down, it goes a little quicker.
Yeah, typically.
That's true.
There's
That's
still
true.
potential.
We did not burn down that tower.
There's still
Yes.
potential.
Esmeralda, for the most part, kind of just beelined it straight to this town for you guys. She's very looking forward to slaying Strahd, so she's kind of like, let's go, guys. Chop, chop. You wasted no time. Anyway, so I've got a 3, Jumble, 25, Mordecai. Where is... Have you rolled yet there, Sildred?
I
3.
I redact that roll.
No. You would if you had known who owned this town.
That was actually for my armor. I'm gonna roll my own perception.
Oh my lord.
Well, I think
Does your armor
has,
have a
like,
name yet?
Not yet.
No.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to know each other like that yet.
Okay, you'll get there.
You've been inside him.
I was just
Come
going
on.
to say that.
You've been inside him and you don't even know his name.
This is a one night
Jeez, he just-
stand.
Yes, call him ONS.
One night stand.
Oh, nice.
He's just been riding him this whole time.
Yeah. Ask and never gives. Mm.
Is it a threesome
Anyway.
if you ride a horse in it?
Oh my lord. If the horse can take it, that's a lot of weight.
Oh, that was phrased poorly.
It was.
Yeah, a lot of it was.
I think that was the point. All right.
Sure.
Stop sidetracking. So, Mordecai, Jumble, you guys notice this gate is huge. And there's a big, big wall that seems to be going around this town. Up top, you can see 2 guards above look over the gate and kind of peer over to see people coming in. And from the top, you hear, halt! Who goes there? What's going on?
Hi, we were just looking at her town.
We're not taking anyone in right now.
Oh. What do we do then?
Yeah, why can't anyone enter? Why can we not enter?
The Vandaloffs have had a falling out recently with the Lord of this land, Strahd. We're currently on high alert. We're not letting anyone in or out at the moment. You'll have to wait.
Is the wagon
Um,
covered?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
How long do we have to wait?
Guard. You hear it. You can kind of hear, like, oh, how long was going on? What would we say? Like, and until we get permission from the Burgermeister. Once Lord Vanderlock tells us it's okay to open the gates, we'll open the gates. And they
Oh.
kind of shuffle a bit, and then they kind of look around, still watching you guys. Esmeralda kind of sighs. No one seems to be able to say anything. She's just like, but we have wine for the Burgermeister. We actually have brought in outside resources. And she kind of goes in the back of her wagon a bit and jumps back out, and she pulls out a crate of wine she had stashed. Like,
Oh, she's good. She is good.
she kind of looks at you a little bit, and everyone else is like, follow me, follow my lead. Yes, we have plenty of different things for the Burgermeister here, food and wine, and if you let us in the gate, please, we shall share it with all of you. And a little more whispering. All right, let him in. And next thing you know, big gates open right up into the town, and Esmeralda starts leading her horses through for you guys to follow behind. All right, so roll
All right.
perception one more time.
Mental note: booze opens doors.
Booze a lot of times does open doors.
Yeah, that's true. It is. It has done it quite often, actually.
Oh, the chat.
Chat, huh? Okay, so now as you enter the town of Vallaki, what do we have? I like to see some perception so I can say some things. All right. Maryland's got a 19, Zildred's got a 12, Mordecai, Jumble. All right. All of you notice that a lot of this town is kind of run down. It's very not well put together. Buildings are kind of falling apart a bit. The townsfolk are kind of to themselves. Once you, like most places in Barovia that you've traveled so far, there are not a lot of people on the streets. But even more so now, it's very much empty for the most part. You can kind of hear some gathering going on way towards the end of town a bit, near what seems to be a large mansion. And you can hear some talking, and it sounds like people are being gathered together. But as you go by some of these buildings, you see a church, you see things like that. You, Jumble, as well as Marilyn, notice that there seems to be an inn you guys are coming upon, and on the sign for the inn marks the words Blue Water Inn along with a crow's nest.
Oh,
Well, hang on, but something's percolating up here. Weren't we supposed to look for an inn with a bird on it, some sort? Hmm.
yeah, but it was a raven. This is a crow's nest.
Ooh. Wait, what is the difference between a crow and a raven?
I have no idea.
Ah,
I mean, why is a raven like a writing desk? No one knows.
well, they both start with R. Ha! Nailed it.
Yes, you did.
Ah,
Is she trying to lead us? Are they taking us to this gathering? Right now, or are
oh
they
no,
taking us
she's just kind of going through. Like you guys at this point, she's just helping you guys get in.
Perhaps we should stop here. Ravens, crows, they're pretty similar. It might be one and the
Try it.
same in Barovia.
Ismark hears what you're saying and does a nod, and he goes back and he motions the horses to pull towards the inn. Esmeralda follows suit with you guys and also pulls her wagon towards the inn as well and parks it says a magic command out loud, and the horses once again disappear. Yours do not. And they're kind of a little troubled at the fact they just watched the team of horses completely just dissipate. So, Esmeralda steps out. Like, okay, so we are stopped at the end. I take it you have seen something that you find familiar with this inn that we are looking for?
Oh, there was a bird's nest on the sign. I think that's what we were supposed to look out for.
Hmm. A nest of ravens. Interesting. With that, she moves a little bit towards the door. It's like, okay, then, well, shall we make our entrance and maybe see as we can find what exactly you are looking for?
Sounds like a plan, man.
Before I step out of this thing, I would like to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
Not a great town for me to be in. I want to look like just a cute old lady that nobody would pay any attention to.
All right. That sounds great. Do you understand how to cast Disguise Self at all? What to
I
roll?
do not. It doesn't have a roll or a hit dice or anything. It just says at will.
Yeah, she can do it at will.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
It's more that if people find her suspicious, they have
Suspicious,
to
yes,
roll
they have to roll.
against something.
Yeah.
mhm.
Probably, yeah. That
Okay.
seems right.
As long as you're aware. All right.
Yeah.
They're just a little old lady.
Yep. You wave your hand, and in an instant, magic forms around you, and the outfit you were once wearing now becomes a raggedy dress. Or, you know what? You can describe yourself. How do you look as a little old lady?
Okay, so
It's
I
your
have
spell.
this baggy black dress on, a little gray shawl. I've got gray braided hair down the back, and I'm just very wrinkly but I'm sweet looking.
Okay. So you're a sweet old lady dressed in blacks and grays.
Yes, I'm kind of hunched a little bit.
Oh, you're going to
I'm
fit right
going.
in Barovia. Perfect. Dark, dreary, just a hint of sweetness and wrinkles. All right. So, yes, Marilyn is now an old lady. So,
You betcha.
as you guys walk in, you
I'm escorting her to sell the ruse.
Oh, thank you, dearie.
yeah. This
No
large,
problem, ma'am.
statuous, sewn together man is helping the old lady into the inn. Believable. With that, yes.
Nothing.
Ismark and Irina also follow suit, so you guys have the whole crowd coming into this inn. As you do so, people start to look up from their tables, noticing this group. You guys find an empty table, and Esmeralda kind of motions for everyone to go sit at the table and figure things out from there. So, Ismark, Irina follows suit. They sit at the table. Once everyone is sitting, if you guys decide to sit with her, Esmeralda
I'll
leans.
sit, but I take a good look around the area first, see what's there to see.
Okay, roll your perception.
Yep, 15.
Okay. Well, you definitely see that it's actually a lot brighter and not as gloomy as the rest of the town is outside. There's a lot of shuffling about going here and there, but weirdly enough, there aren't really any children or anything within the building. It's mainly male adults moving around, not really paying attention to a lot of the people that are sitting at tables. There doesn't really seem to be anyone besides yourselves sitting at tables. Most everyone else is up, kind of moving back and forth. It's odd. They're kind of being busy for an inn. So, you guys get approached by the bartender finally, who comes to the table. And he looks across all of you and he's just like, hello, welcome to the Blue Water Inn. How can I help you?
Well,
Like,
take a round of drinks for the table, and if you got some tea for the missus here. I motion to Marilyn.
What'd you say?
Oh, hello. You seem you would like some tea? I'm hearing. I think I can abide with that. I apologize. My name is Erwin. I run this inn. It is very nice to meet you. I'll be right back with your drinks. And he turns around and he shuffles back. As he goes to do so, you hear some sounds upstairs.
what kind of sounds?
Right.
Perception?
Sound.
Mm-hmm.
Late night in sounds?
Oh.
Dirty 20.
All right, we've got a 20, a 22, okay, 18. So just making his. Wow, you guys are alert now. Maybe it was speaking up louder for Maryland that got you guys a little more.
That long traveling on the road, we were over it.
Oh yeah. Anyway, you hear a fluttering of wings almost, and then all of a sudden feet, and as they start to make their way down, and you see them come down the stairs across from where you guys are currently at within the end, and they make their beeline right for Erwin. A lot of muttering going on back and forth, blah. They seem to be a little bit frantic. And then Erwin's head kind of drops a bit sad. But then he picks back up again and takes a deep breath as he gets you guys' drinks ready, and he brings them to the table. And he sets down mugs at the table along with a pot of tea and a small cup as he smiles and nods politely at Marilyn.
Thank you, sweetie.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I apologize again if things seem to be a little out of place at the moment. We're within this town, as you notice, we just haven't had a lot of company due to the guards having the gates shut. So I'm not quite used to having actual service. So please excuse me if I'm a bit late or things. But please enjoy your drinks. And if you need anything else, I shall be at the bar. Just motion for me. And he nods a bit and he heads back as the two men that had entered are still kind of at the bar. And he goes right back to them and they've been conversating some more.
So they're men? No, like
Yes.
little bird. Oh, I was expecting like little bird people.
Birdman.
Kinkoos.
Yeah. Weird how you heard fluttering upstairs and suddenly feet, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to perceive these newcomers. That they look. Oh, never mind. Doesn't even matter. Natural one. I try to perceive them.
Maybe they look vampire-y.
Yeah.
They were
Do they look
fluttering.
gaunt?
I raise my drink and say,
oddly
"To Vallaki."
Well, Zildred, you have no clue. I mean, you're a little suspicious about them, but you can't make heads or tails if they're vampire or not do that roll. It's bad.
They're definitely vampires. I look at them.
You narrow your eyes thinking that it's going to help you kind of dictate as to what they are, and you have no clue. They could be a completely different race. They could be dwarves or elves, and you still would have no clue.
As I'm having my drink, I kind of side-eyed them with to try to investigate them a little.
Okay, with that roll, you can actually see that, like, weirdly enough, as they're chatting, you notice that, like, there's some feathers that kind of come out of their sleeve once in the blue moon. As they motion their hands, you can see like a feather come flying out here and there. But they actually don't look vampiric. They look human for the most part. But for some reason, just like it's like, I don't know if their suits made out of a different material or it's coming apart, but every time they move their arms, there's a bit of feather come out here and there, underneath their jacket a little bit, so on and so forth. But for the most part, they do not look vampiric.
Okay, I'm going to try to stealthily share this with the rest of the group, and I rolled a nat 1 on my stealth.
Guys, I got brothers flying out of their clothes.
Yeah, it's very much just like
Those guys over there. Yeah.
Don't look, but those guys over there.
they're not vampires,
Where?
but something's definitely amiss.
Uh,
Um,
wow.
you talk casually. You don't scream it.
Yeah, fair.
It's definitely not as stealthily as you would have wanted to. You basically hunched over and spoke in a normal tone.
Don't
Yes.
think those guys are vampires, but something doesn't seem quite right about them. Like, somehow they're carrying a lot of raven feathers in those jackets.
Raven, you say?
I pull out my
Don't
steel
quote me on
mirror
that.
and kind of do a secretive glance to see if they have a reflection, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Roll investigation, and I'll give you advantage as well.
20.
Yeah, you completely do like the whole spy thing where
Yeah,
like
the-
it looks like you're looking at your reflection for something in your face. You can totally see behind. Yeah. Yeah, and you notice the same thing that Jumbo noticed. Like as they're motioning their hands as to try and like explain whatever was going on, or whatever they're doing. There's a bit of feathers coming out here and there, and it's odd. Like it's weird that there's so many feathers, like full feathers, is coming out. Not small ones. They're actually kind of large for being feathers. Not massive, huge, but like they're definitely come from an ordinary bird.
I wanna go up. I'm gonna walk up to him and kind of interrupt their conversation and ask Erwin, "Good sir, may I have another glass of ale? I seem to have finished mine awfully quickly, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna try to perceive them."
Oh, okay.
Perceive them.
Stare at them.
Too focused on my lies that I can't perceive them.
Yeah. Due to you, being you, Zildred, a man of the cloth for the most part, it's hard for you to actually be dishonest. So you're so focused on that, you're not really paying attention so much as to the physical look or conversation that's going on between them. Because when you got up there to speak, you're just like, oh man, I don't know if they're gonna believe this or not. I've never done something like this. This is kind of weird. But he goes to get you a cup. And as he does so, the two that were standing there is like, you look to be strong. What are you doing here in Vallaki? And how did you get to the gate? I have never seen anyone such as yourselves here in this town. Your reflection, the color in your skin tells me that you're not even from Barovia.
You're speaking to me, correct?
Correct.
Oh, me strong. It's just start flexing really hard. Oh, I guess, yeah. I'm kind of strong.
I see Jumbo roll performance, but I want you to roll performance as well.
Well, no, that's because I suddenly jumped onto the table giggling and started dancing on my head.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, you're doing that. You make the bang sound that you jump up there, and as that was happening with him, before you could really answer, as you're flexing Zildred, they turn their head like, "What the?" And not only do you gain the attention of the men at the bar, you also gain the attention of a few other people within the establishment, including a couple of really raggedy-looking men covered in what looks to be wolf furs.
So, really, after everything we went through last time. Okay, whatever.
More
No.
werewolves.
No,
Possibly.
well, maybe, possibly. It could very well be werewolves. We don't know. But Zildred, yes, you flex. Yeah, and surprisingly enough, even in your suit of armor and not your suit of armor, which you just don't even know the name of yet.
My chainmail's creaking against the expansion of my muscles.
Yeah, as you flex your pecs and do like the little dance or whatever with your chest muscles.
So they noticed Jumbo flipping on the table, right?
Yeah, they turn their head for a second, and I mean, well, the bartender kind of looked at you and was like, yeah, he's strong. It's true.
But,
As a strong man.
and tell either these two beings, that's my friend over there, Jumble, wife of the party. Why don't you come
Wow.
on over here? You know, we can kind of talk this out real quick. I'm strong by myself, but I'm stronger with my group.
It is very true. It is always better to be in the company of your fellow companions.
Now, do they have man faces?
Yeah,
Like human face? Okay.
they look human. Now you're up closer, you definitely like. Well, they're not vampires, so that's a plus. But as you do this, two of the men that you saw covered in wolf furs stand up, and they notice you now, Jumbo, and they're kind of like, "Oi, what are you exactly? I don't think you're quite normal, are you?" And I was like, "Yeah, he looks different."
I
No.
backflip off the table. Nat 20.
Oh wow,
Yes,
Totally.
of course I needed one for that.
yeah. Oh, you do a perfect. I mean, for someone your size, and it was kind of surprising. You actually do the backflip. As you do so, you actually knock over the pot of tea.
Oh.
Some of the drinks that were on the table. As you shift the whole table due to your weight.
Oh no.
My tea.
So I'm
Then I land and kind of blink and wait, what did I do?
roll athletics for everyone else at the table, not to get hit with anything hot or cold
Oh.
in their lap from the drinks, please.
You're gonna ruin Maryland's
Sorry.
disguise.
Oh no.
13.
My crotch.
Maryland's fine. Mordecai, you get beer spilled in your crotch.
It's cold.
You roll for
So
the
good.
other.
Drinks are on me.
Because oh right, I'm sorry about that. I think that was
A
for
little
me.
shriek comes from Irina as she also has alcohol spilled on her dress as well.
Didn't she have it bad enough already?
I immediately pull out a cloth, my lady, and hand it to
All
her.
right. As you move over, the two move towards you. I have not heard the question answered though. What are you?
I'm
And
Jumble. Hi.
A jumble. You don't look normal. What
get
be
that a
you
lot.
exactly, creature? And what are you doing here in this town of Vallaki?
It's a rude
Uh,
question.
Well, just trying to find something we're looking for. It was supposedly in Vallaki. Yeah, that's about it, really. We're not really from around here, so we're kind of having our trouble finding our way.
But you seem to have found a way into our bar. After a day of hunting wolves, this is where we like to come in order to relax. And unfortunately, as you have noticed, surprisingly, as you made your way in, it is not exactly a profession we can do right now, thanks to the guards having this place completely locked up. That damn Vandelot family. And now I see you, whatever you are, sitting in front of me.
I hand him that the ale that I got from the bar. Take it easy, friend. Frosty, fresh from the tap.
All right. Please roll persuasion with that.
Ooh,
Come on, he's got charisma.
I do have charisma.
Okay.
I only get a 12.
They take it and they Well, it's nice to have a drink. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And as they looked it up to cheers you, they looked it over your head and pour it out and begin to laugh. Nah, you're right. This was a great drink. Thank you so much. It was much needed. And they walk back to their table, chuckling to themselves, and sit down.
All right, I'm gonna make a will save really quick. That's okay.
Will save?
Is there such thing as will saves? There's a wisdom.
Yeah, probably wisdom.
Yeah.
All right.
I assume it's
I'm gonna
kind of
make, I'm gonna
against
make, I'm gonna
common
make the
sense.
same save that I make against Strahd. Okay. So
Well,
I tighten up all my muscles, and I wipe the beer off my face, and I sit down.
Irina, put your hand on your shoulders, like that's very strong of you. I know you must be holding back. And you're surprised because this is like her first gesture after what has happened, where she has actually been noticing you and has been kind and kind of being social again. So
Put my hand on her hand. Thank you. I needed that.
she does a nod and pulls her hand back away now a little bit. Still not, yeah, not quite there yet. After everything has happened, so but she's warming up, so that's a plus. With that, Erwin comes over. He's like, I'm so sorry. Those two like to drink a lot, and like as he said before, they're just very pent up. They're not the brightest men. I do apologize. I will get you a round of drinks on the house for free. I will take care of that, and I will be sure to send them away soon. They once they have a few drinks in them, they tend to leave. So, anyway, as my friends had said before, you do look curious, and we actually may need your help with something important. And I do apologize. I will explain shortly once the men have left. So, anyway, he heads back to the other men. They kind of they're watching the two brothers because after what's happened, they themselves like they got their hands clenched. They don't like that kind of behavior in their bar. So
I kind of eye in the direction of the two brothers, and I say in Abyssal, if they upset me, I will rip their skulls out of their heads.
now, do you say this out loud?
In Abyssal.
Okay. Let me roll something for them. Okay, they don't even hear it. They are dumb as a box of rocks. All right. So,
Hey, don't insult the rocks.
yeah, it would be an insult. So they finish their drinks. They stand up. They shuffle out of the bar, and after they do so, the two men come and they shut the door behind them, and they lock the door. They put the closed sign up, and then they turn to the rest of the party. Erwin goes in front of them. Is like, "Forgive me. I don't mean to alarm any of you, but I'm sure some of you have seen an odd amount of feathers within this area. And the thing is, and as he says this, he actually starts transforming, and you see what looked to be a normal man suddenly covered in feathers up to his head.
You're so fluffy.
I do apologize. Though my name is Erwin, I am actually a were-raven. It's been passed down from generations to generation. Unlike other beasts who like to stalk and kill, I will put a picture in the chat right now for you guys to see.
Ooh, pretty.
We actually are native to this land before Strahd had been here. We're the kind of keepers of a lot of things, and for the most part now we've actually settled down and raised families, things, and so forth. I have my own children who help me run things here at the inn, as well as my wife and our friends here. This town used to be a kind place for everyone to gather and so on and so forth before Strahd had taken over. But unfortunately now, one of the sad things that has happened is with the Vanderlofs currently, they have completely isolated this town from the outside world for the most part. And only their family may enter and exit the buildings within this area. They keep everything under lock and key for the most part, and we were really not allowed to leave. Thankfully, a lot of us are were ravens, so we are able to fly out at night when no one is paying attention, to where we can actually go and hunt for supplies and things like that. That being said, though, there's been more problems because one of our own have been captured by a family within this town, and surprisingly, it was not the Vanderloofs. It's another woman, cultist woman at that, and we are terrified of the things she may try to do. Because even though the Vanderloofs are kind of at a pact currently with Strahd, this woman, she looks to usurp the Vanderloof family and take control of this town. We just want to live in peace for the most part. We're a kind folk. We don't really want any trouble. We just don't want this. And we would love to have our family member back.
What's
as-
this woman's name?
Hmm.
The
Let me get down to that because I have a lot to scroll down to.
Oh,
I had her name and I don't have it up right now, and I apologize. Do. Her name is Fiona Wachter. She thinks of herself kind of like a baroness. We had this woman. We had delivered some supplies for her as of recently, and that is where our companion currently has been trapped since the delivery. I know it's a lot to ask of you, but you are not from this area, and you may have a better chance of actually retrieving our friend compared to the rest of us. Though we used to be able to fight and actually hold our own for the most part, we're just now simply delivery people, and that is all. We just want to live in peace, and we want our brother back. If you're willing to help us, we can pay you coin or something else you may desire. And the other two kind of like stand up by him as well. I'm sorry to burden you with this as you walked in, but I just don't see any other way to do this. Otherwise, we'll have to sneak in ourselves to try to rescue our companion.
Well, see, this is a funny situation because we actually came to this inn looking for an object of some sort that, what was it, a Vishanti woman told us to look for a nest of ravens.
Hmm.
And, what was it that we were supposed to find here again? I think a book of some sort? Hmm.
He kind of looks
Yeah.
like curiously as you say that, and it's like an item you say.
Yeah.
Well, this definitely is a place to be looking. This
Well,
is
it just
a nest of ravens for sure.
so, I'm just figuring we could help you out and maybe you'll help us find what we're looking for as payment.
So, you would say that in return, instead of money, you would like an item from this inn. There is definitely something here I can say, though I am surprised that you know of it, and that this
I wouldn't
Vishanti
say
woman
no
knows.
to money, but we did come here for something specific, like so. I mean, you could throw in money if you like. I like money. Well, we all like money. Back me up here, guys. Come on.
the ties that are calling.
Interesting. Well, I know the item you speak of. Let me talk to my associates first, and we'll see if we can strike a deal of some sort for that then. And he turns back, and they walk away a few paces. They huddle up a little bit, and he starts to speak with them. And you hear a little caw sounds as they kind of nod in agreement, and they turn back to you. He takes a deep breath. Okay. I know you are looking for the tomb based off the words you have said. If you are to retrieve our companion, then I will depart with this item. Looking at your group, I can tell that you also are not a fan of Strahd's tyranny. That item is very powerful, and it has been within this inn for a long time. But we are willing to part with it if it means seeing our friend once more. So yes, if you retrieve our friend, we shall pass the tome on to you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Man, I'm good.
yeah.
Why is this woman so dangerous?
Are you speaking that out loud?
Yes.
Okay.
In your old lady voice?
No, I used my regular one.
Hands
They
up,
look
hands up
they
straight.
look
and says it.
oddly at you now after having the voice change.
Yeah, don't mind her.
Something in her throat.
I say as my voice changes.
This woman, Lady Fiona Wachter, she is no ordinary. She is calling upon forces that are far beyond the realm in order to take power here. And I have a feeling she is going to use our friend in order to do so. To the rest of the world out here, she claims that she has a book club within her home. I don't believe that to be the case. And the fact that our companion who had made the delivery has not returned yet tells me that there is more there than what she is saying. Namely at night, when the town is typically asleep, we have seen people in robes go within the streets towards her home. I don't know about the rest of you, but not many book clubs do I know of do you appear in robes with candles walking towards a building.
Unless that
Ooh.
book club is a coven.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had all sorts of other pictures in mind with wax and robes and nighttime meetings, but yeah, right. Halt.
Oh
Yes,
my.
halt. Uh-huh. Yeah. What was I thinking of? No, nothing. Moving on. Yeah, halt. Okay.
Keep all the candles away from this guy.
Yeah, they kind of look at you a little oddly with that and like, right. Your friend speaks oddly at times. Is that normal?
Very.
And
It's fine.
Very.
It's what normal.
And they do like a couple of like, now that they're in their were-raven form, they kind of bob their head back and a little bit and twitch and stuff and blink. Right. Anyway, we have told you what we will aid you with. Shall you return with our friend? I can say that typically at night, the house is completely dark. So in terms of trying to find his location, I cannot be sure as to where that would be. But I beg of you that you are able to find him. We, again, will be right here. Shall you need us? But again, we really have nothing we can offer for the most part. We're just
Hey.
simple folk.
We'll save your friend, okay? You
No.
seem like nice people, nice bird people. Yeah. You seem like good sorts. There we go.
Thank you. We appreciate that. As he says that, his kids come out and they're hopping and squawking at him and stuff, and they're excited. They did something in the back, and they're just like little raven children.
Little whippersnappers.
Yeah,
You're so cute.
and it's like, yes, these are my sons. Anyway, we shall be right here. If you would like, I would suggest you can stay till nightfall. It's going to be shortly, and you may follow the group from there and maybe infiltrate. I can offer you guys some robes to disguise yourself if you would like. We typically use them as well when we are in our were-raven form, so as to not draw attention in the outside world. But for you, they should fit fine. As he does that, he nods to the men, and they go back towards the where the tap room is, and they come out with some robes, and they pass them off to everyone.
I ask, do you have an extra robe, like an extra large robe, perhaps two tied together that would fit over a man's with a frame larger than mine?
They kind of look curiously at you and like, well, I believe so. I mean, most of us are tall in nature when we're in this form, so the robe should fit just about anyone, including your tall friend here, if that's what you mean.
Perfect.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Swearing my oath as a paladin of the light, who will retrieve your friend.
It is nice to hear. There hasn't been much light in these parts as of late, and I'm sure you've noticed. But all darkness cannot last forever, even in Barovia. Anyway, so everyone gets a robe, so on and so forth. They bow. He starts to shuffle his kids back to the tap room to head upstairs to go to bed. It's getting to be that time of night. And the other two kind of sit at the bar as they pull out a map and they're looking over locations that they plan to deliver, so on and so forth. As Erwin and his wife start coming in and out of the tap room, bringing crates of alcohol and other things as well.
All right, so I guess we take a long rest or something, or
Yeah. Actually, be a short rest. It's almost nighttime now, but if any of you guys have been missing any, but you guys should be healed up anyway because you had a long rest going to Vallaki.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yep. Sorry, I guess I'll take that one real quick.
And if I remember right, I gave you. Did you get your level yet, Marilyn?
I forgot.
Okay.
Good.
No boy.
Oh,
All right.
Says she's level 6 and we're level 7, so
Yeah. Are you level 6 right now then? Because you
It
should
says
be.
level 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're good. You did do
Okay.
it.
Well,
Oh,
I thought you were
good.
going to offer
Yeah.
another one. It's like, hey.
No, I'm kind, but I'm not that kind. Anyway, so pardon me. I think you guys have all
Barry
robed up.
was level 6.
Yep, I do use my own disguise self spell to basically shift myself into a smaller size than I was, so
Yeah. You snap your
not
neck
as
with
pretty as
blood.
Maryland's.
So you still look the same. You're just smaller now. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, it's not as pretty the transformation thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you hear like some cracks and pops and things like that. So, well, what do you look like now besides being smaller?
Well, a bit of a stern gentleman with one of those mustaches that kind of loops into sideburns. A bit of a beard too. No.
Nice. Distinguished. Perfect. So, as you guys are getting robed up and things like that, roll perception, please.
Out of my 3 perception rolls tonight, 2 of them have been at
Wow,
once.
you are rolling poorly tonight.
Just walking around with my eyes closed. Help, guys.
Those are some Boulder Gates rolls right there.
You're saving it for when it counts.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah, that's not actually that bad. Yeah, Zildred, you're trying to make sure your robes fit, and you're getting yours on your armor, things like that. Looking over people, looking over Irina and Ismark because they're also robing up, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Do you have the armor as a separate robed figure now, or are you?
Yeah. I put the robe
Yeah.
up with the armor.
I'm
Okay.
imagining him like a dad tying his son's bow tie right now. While
Just
putting
It basically
it on.
is.
I'm gonna stick a bucket in the hood for a makeshift head.
Well, he has a helmet.
Oh, that's true. He does.
Yeah.
You want we still have that head. We could put that in there.
Oh my god.
Why do we still have that head?
I keep
We
weird
thought it'd be
trinkets.
useful somehow.
Oh my
it could
gosh.
be useful somewhere. You never know. Not a hoarder
Mordecai
mentality.
and Zildred, you don't notice. Again, you're getting dressed, you're getting your robes, you're all nice, and you're getting to make sure it's all fitting and you can move around and stuff. You start to see candles outside the window as road figures start heading down the road. So, taking that as the cue, Esmeralda and them motion like, come on, this time we must move.
Come on, fellas.
Okay.
Clank, 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 clank.
So, you and the party get behind, and you start right behind all the other cult people or the people in robes as they make their way towards the mansion.
Are we trying to blend in like Ezio from Assassin's Creed, or we just
Yeah.
slide right in with them? And
Roll performance.
I
Oh,
don't
no.
know. Is that what we're trying?
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that what your guy looks like? Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
well,
I
yeah,
no.
that's. I uploaded a picture, so that's basically what the ghost form would look like of the voice I call the Merc when Jumble does his rage thing. But so he kind of looks like that now, face
Okay.
at least, as a person, not a
Very
ghost.
cool.
Oh, and Hero Forge, all rights reserved. Hero Forge, yada yada yada. I don't know the stuff out of my head.
You should know it by now.
Yeah, you had a whole list. I remember we had to breakneck speed trying to list the entire copyright.
Yeah, I don't
Under
have the
8
list on
seconds.
me right now. It hasn't come
Yeah.
up as often.
You're slacking. No, I'm just kidding. That's great. So you look like that now. Now you need a little old lady from Maryland. But yes, performance
Well,
check so far. Zildred, you're doing poorly. You're getting kicked in the back of the leg by the armor.
I'm still banking those good rolls.
I'll use my inspiration point on this. Oh,
Damn.
7. Well, hang on. I can add a d6.
Oh no.
Okay, so I got a 5 to add to that, so 12. That's at least better.
Okay, Marilyn as well as Jumble, you guys are doing decently. Mordecai, you blend right in. Like you walk like a natural. Like you saw the movements and how they're like, okay. You're holding up your hands. You don't even have a candle, but they would believe you had a candle even if you didn't have one. That's how well you're moving. Jumble, you're getting the line. You're moving just like Marilyn. It's not the smoothest, but it's not horrible. But Zildred, oof, you are sticking out like a sore thumb a little bit.
Sorry, guys, I'm new here.
They look back a little bit and just we don't talk during this part. Ugh. Newcomers. Ugh. And they don't really turn their head. They just kind of like just a little bit, and then they go back to the line. And they keep moving towards the house. But that you guys make it to the building, and the house. Let me describe this for you. It looks disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house, sullen countenance, you hear the edifice actually groan. Only then do you realize the extent to which the house hates what it has become.
Yeah, has anybody ever seen the movie Monster House? I kind
Yeah,
of
it
imagine
sounds
that.
like that,
something
but
like
with
that.
depression.
Yeah,
That's
instead of
the-
trying to eat people, it's actually just depressed at the people inside. So, yeah.
So what you're saying is this house would enjoy being set on fire.
Just begging for it.
Yeah, at this point, it would probably welcome it. And like, yes, release. Oh,
No, like the star from Mario. Oblivion at last.
boo. With that, why does that not change? Dang, I didn't save it. Sorry. You guys make your way in following the robed figures. Now, they start to go into the living room, which is kind of a complete mess for the most part. There's stacks of books. There's like mold and stuff kind of on some of the banisters and walls. A lot of the drapes have just been like decayed, not been taken care of. The house looks like to be a complete mess for the most part. Oh, actually, it did save. What the flip? Why is it saying it didn't? Weird. Anyway, sorry. As you do so, up on the banister at the top, you see a lady in a robe come out, and it seems to have what looks to be a cat around her neck, staring and looking at people. And she walks down and she gets towards the group, and the group begins to form a line as she makes her way down.
Okay. Yeah, fall in line with the rest of the
Mhm.
group.
So the armor get in line. Golden candle.
So does Battle Cat have his own robe, or is he like hiding in Mordecai's?
Well, one size fits all.
That's a good question. Is Mordecai, is your battle cat currently hanging out with you at all, or?
Yeah. Yeah, he's cool, man.
Roll stealth for battle cat, please.
Yeah, he's cool. Cool,
He's
man.
cool. Don't worry about him. He's all right.
That's a 16. See, he's cool. Cool as
Yeah.
cat.
He's currently curled around by your legs underneath the robe. You can't even notice that he's there. He's kind of doing that like Scooby Doo thing where he kind of up on two legs and stuff, and it's like kind of like yeah. But the lady heads down the stairs towards the group as they begin their lineup. They're like, "Welcome. I see we have some new faces." Looking at Marilyn, she sees your disguised self. It's like, it's nice to see some familiar aged within our group. I am not sure if you're aware, but welcome to our book club. We here within this house come here tonight to perform. We are going to do so for our princes of darkness, that we may rise in power and finally take from the Vanderlofts the town which should be rightfully mine. And they kind of do like a cheer, like, well, one head pump, yes, in unison.
Okay,
yeah.
kind of follow along.
Oh.
Wow.
What was that?
So throw.
Yes, indeed. They kind of look over. He's just like kind of looking at the face and stuff with the robes. It's hard to see anything of who, what, where. Anyway, so I would say I would welcome you all for some food, but my idiot sons were recently at the inn and they got themselves drunkards. So unfortunately, there will be no refreshments tonight. But I will say for our book club, I have something very special. We finally have a decent sacrifice for our princes. And we just may actually be able to summon our dark lords finally. We have in our midst a werewolf. The rest of the group, yes, they gasped. I was like, oh, like yes. I was surprised too. I had found a feather a few nights after having some stuff delivered, only to realize that among us happened to be were-raven folk. And I must say, if this does not work, I know of plenty more where that came from that we can find at the Blue Water Inn. And a lot of people around start like, I didn't know there were ravens, blah, 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 blah. And they're chanting among themselves now. Like, yes, I know. But
Oh, where would it?
Disgusting.
How'd we get in here?
Oh, wow.
Ew, lice ridden.
They're so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
And I'm very glad Zildred doesn't share the same feelings towards birds that I do in real life.
Oh man, you probably ran with this group like, yeah, birds.
Yep, okay, get rid of them.
Who needs a Lord of Darkness? Just kill the bird.
When do we kill the bird?
I didn't come here for the cult, just the bird killing.
Yep, I don't care what you summon, as long as I get to stab that bird.
Let's hope
Oh,
Peter
Lord.
doesn't watch this stuff.
Mm-mm. Anyway,
The Were Ravens, yeah.
so with that, she's like, okay, my followers. We will now do our chant, which we do every night, in order to get within the mindset as well as the power. And then we shall head down to the cellar, and there we shall perform our ritual and finally rid ourselves of this disgusting creature and gain power in order to take over this town from the hands of that horrible Vanderlot family. And they start reaching out for hands to kind of gather, and they begin to form a circle around Fiona.
I'm gonna do a quick insight, just like, am I getting some heebie-jeebies off this, or is it just like more of what would you call it? A group mentality rather than they're literally gonna use some dark power between them.
With
Don't
that
think they're
ends,
fakes.
I will say this. Fiona is definitely giving off she kind of knows stuff. The rest of the townspeople, they're more like sheep and they don't know what they're doing. To them, this is kind of like a book club type thing. Like they are in no way form aware of the powers they're messing with. But Fiona definitely knows.
Well, they're not allowed to leave the town. They're bored.
Yeah,
They need something to do.
they definitely haven't had a lot of experience with book clubs, but
Extracurricular
Okay,
activity.
I'm
And
at least
sure
willing
there
to
are a lot
play
of
along a little
book
longer.
clubs.
As long I'm at least not picking up on like this is somehow gonna harm us or something. So I'm at least gonna keep it on the down low and play along a little longer.
Yeah, they start murmuring and things like that as they like, dear Princess of Darkness, grant us the strength we need, blah, 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 blah. And some of them are saying it very passionately, like they're like into it, and other people are kind of murmuring, so you don't feel so out of place because they're like, again,
Oh, man.
Marilyn kind of nailed it. This is like one of the few things they can do in this town.
I'm gonna try to mimic one of the ones.
Roll
really,
performance.
Really getting into it.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, you actually kind of like start figuring it out. And you're saying this.
Leaders of darkness, lead us down with the Vanderlofts.
Yeah.
If I'm near him, I want to elbow him a little bit.
Yeah, you hear some other cultists like, "Amen, brother."
I was not expecting the paladin to be that passionate about it.
I mean, come on, worship. He knows. He understands.
I start feeling the light flow through me. Took over.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, yes. Fiona actually.
Do I notice anything? Like perhaps we're keeping the sacrifice.
No.
Oh, they said cellar.
Yeah,
Cellar.
she has said cellar, but they're currently. Do you notice what?
A door to the cellar? Is there like a cellar-like door?
Within the room, you can't really see much. Like I said, it's covered in crap for the most part. Like, when you enter, there's a couple of tables, some couches to the back, a few other things, but for the most part, like it's kind of beat up and crappy. There's a door to the north and a door to the west in the room you're currently in. Besides exiting out by a small table, but for the most part, you're not really seeing a whole lot besides just like how unkept this place has become. But in order to find the stairs you're speaking of, no, you do not see any stairs currently. Besides the doors, there's no open doorways. All doors are shut for the most part. So no. But anyway, they finish. Fiona kind of applauds you. It's like, wow, a newcomer able to speak such kind words about our masters. I am entirely impressed.
I had to make up for a little fumble on the way in here. Embarrassed myself a little bit, so.
Well, in my eyes, you have done quite well. And she kind of pats you on the shoulder a little bit. Have I not been a married woman, I would actually love to learn more about yourself, but I'm happily married, thank you.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Some of the vomit. I just ran a little bit.
Pardon me, ma'am. Just a quick question out of concern. With this wretched were-raven beast, how can we be sure it's contained? I mean, is it like chained up or something? Just forgive me, new and all, just want to be sure precautions have been taken with such a wretched creature.
I can understand. But I can assure you he is very well taken care of and locked up. Within the cellar, I currently have him chained, and from there, you shall see for yourself as to how we have him procured. I'm actually quite excited as she pulls out a dagger, and it's got the curve and stuff, the typical ritual blade. She's just like, I've been meaning to finally get to use this. She kind of like does like a hee 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 thing with her lips.
I chime in real quick. The cellar over yonder, as I point to the north door.
She kind of proceeds back. She's like, no, silly boy. In due time, come. We'll make our way shortly.
Yeah.
And she motions for the rest of you and the townspeople to follow her as she makes her way into another room. You guys start following behind. You notice a couple of odd things. Again, a lot of stuff is decaying. It's old. It's beaten up. There's not really a whole lot much. There's like molded cheese, all kinds of stuff. As you start making your way through the kitchen, it seems to be like you're in the kitchen now, and it is just a complete mess. You see a couple of familiar faces as well. The brothers that you had met in the bar are currently sitting at one of the tables, and they're kind of drunk. They're still drinking, and they've got knives out, and they're doing the whole finger thing where they're just doing the between their hands and stuff like that. And there's a few coin on the table or whatever, and she's like,
real tough guys.
Very glad I used the disguise self spell before we came here. Not that I don't say that out loud, just to be clear, but this is a commentary.
I'm so glad.
I am so glad I'm disguised right now.
Yeah, and she's like, boys, we have company. I told you this. Go to your rooms or find somewhere else for you to do that disgusting game you're playing. And they're like, oh, all right, Mom, whatever. And they kind of look to kind of see the people, and they see that there's a few more extras, but they don't really pay too much attention because they've been drinking and they're out of the loop. So, and they go back to their game. Anyway, you start making their way downstairs. You come back around the corner and you start heading down the stairs, and she pulls a light from a candle from the side of the stairs and starts heading down. It's like, she's like, don't be afraid as we make our way down, okay? This thing is chained up. It's not going to move. We're going to be just fine. And once we do this, you are going to see some actual power. She gets very excited. And the cat starts to flick its tail kind of quickly, getting more excited as you head toward downstairs. And you can see from behind, like the cat on the shoulders is starting to stand up a little bit perched, becoming more and more aroused as you get closer. Finally, as you make your way down the stairs, there are you get to the cellar, and there are a few beds. You can see like 4 beds down there. It's empty. There's a lot of mud stains. You can see feet coming in and out. Some are actually oddly, they look very bird-like, large bird-like prints. And then they go from being steps to drags. So, anyway, you finally make your way. She goes by where the opening, or there's like a wall. Misspoke. I'm sorry. There's no opening. It's a wall.
It's like a wall.
For all you know, it's a wall. And anyway, she's like, now, my followers, let us see this creature for our eyes. And you can see the horror which I have had within my house for these past 2 days. Again, do not be scared. With the power of the princes as well as my own, you are safe. She touches a brick on the wall. Their hand. Suddenly, the wall shifts to the left, and inside is a lit room with candles on the ground. Oddly enough, a pentagram in the center of the room.
Yeah.
And on the ground, locked with chains on the feet and the arms, is a raven.
Oh,
And-
the humanity!
Yes, a were
I can't
raven.
even look at it.
He's cawing and stuff. It's like, yes, I understand. I too at first was sick, but after the 2 days it's been here, I have been able to stomach it. Now, for some of you, this may be ill, but don't worry. We will take care of this. And there's some like whispers, like they're all kind of like, yeah, bear, yeah, doing in the basement, gross. The cat gets a little more excited and stands up and meows, and she's like, yes, Majesto. Shortly.
Majesto, the cat.
Yes. The cat's name is Majesto. I love this little guy. And she kind of like starts to scratch at his neck, and he kind of growls a little bit and paws at her to stop. Like, okay. Now, let us begin. And she motions for everyone to head into the room. And some of them start kind of making their way in, but they're like against the wall because they don't want to be near this thing. And they're all kind of like creeped out by it.
So how is the Raven folk tied? Like he's tied by chains, like his feet, like hands, chained.
Feet and hands, yes, chained. They're chained to the ground.
So he's like, is he like prone? Like,
Yeah,
you know. Okay.
he's sprawled out.
In the center of this pentagram thing, or
Yep. In the center. He's completely on the ground, stuck. He cannot move currently.
okay, so basically we're kind of circling the pentagram with her like at the head of it or something.
Yep. You're currently making your way all around. The candles are kind of in front of you. There's 4 candles on each corner of this room. It's a square room. And people are starting to circle around the pentagram, getting into position as the raven struggles and caws and yells for help and to be released. And Fiona yells, "Silence, bird. You'll be released soon enough," as she gets her blade ready. Again, they get the hands start to come together for the cultists or whatever, and she makes her way into the center. She starts preparing the dagger to get ready for the ritual. As she starts pouring various oils and things like that she has within her robe onto the blade, chanting as she does so.
I stopped my mistress.
Huh.
Perhaps
Hmm.
perhaps I shall lead the chant
Oh,
before the sacrifice.
do you have any experience with these before? And she kind of does like a little thing with her hair. She's kind of twirling with her finger and stuff like that.
I do.
So, taken very impressed by your
An
knowledge.
experienced gentleman.
I have a
Yes.
great deal of experience.
Hmm.
So I kind of like step out, in front of her, and I begin to chant, and with this chant, I cast bless on myself, Rude, and Mordecai as I'm chanting.
Okay.
Blessed be the powers of darkness, grant us your strength. Bless. As we prepare this birdman for sacrifice. Okay. Out of game really quick. You know what? I guess I can't because I don't have telepathy or nothing. And so I kind of turn around and I slowly put my hand towards my mace as I continue my chant. I look over at the group.
Oh no.
And I say, I release thee. And spin around and hit poor Fiona in the face.
Okay. Roll for your attack.
I was waiting for a thumbs up to go or something, but
Oh, I was smiling maliciously and snarling slightly.
let's see, I forget what bless gives me.
I think it was a D4 to saving throws and skill checks or something.
Yep. So I roll a 21. I hit.
21, you say.
21, I say.
I'd hope that hits.
Did I smack her a good one?
You say 21?
Yep.
Yes, you totally do.
Okay. Does she happen to be undead or the fiend type?
No.
Okay. Well, that doesn't matter because I'm gonna use a level 2 smite. So smite gives me an extra. That'll be a total of 3d8 on top of my normal damage. So normal damage plus the smite. No, yikes. For 12. 3 ones out of that.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So all that, you did 12 damage?
I had my back turned, okay?
Sun was in my eyes, okay? I don't care that we're underground in the cellar and it's Barovia. The sun was in my eyes.
That's right. That darn sunlight. Ugh, only in Barovia. No, okay, so you crack her pretty hard, and she is completely taken aback by this. As you do so, she staggers and kind of almost hits the ground, but she's still on her feet. And she's like, oh! As blood like comes spitting out of her mouth, and you heard like her teeth almost shatter in her mouth from that swing. And this is an old lady, and she's still kind of standing, just completely taken back.
Oh dear.
But as this happens though, the cat transforms from not being a cat to an imp-like creature on her shoulders, and you hear his mouth like betrayer as his wings open up. And
I was never one of you, fool.
I just address the cultists in Abyssal. You wanted the powers of darkness. And I take away my robe and my disguise self spell. You have found them. And I get out my great sword. And I get ready to slaughter them.
Oh boy.
Is this our surprise round? Perhaps? Well, that was my surprise attack. My surprise attack's done.
You know what? I'll allow it. I will allow this to be in a surprise. So, anyone that would like to take an action before we start an initiative, you are welcome to do so now.
Okay. Well, am I close to Fiona?
Fiona's in the center of the room. You guys are in a circle. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how you guys really set up with the rest of the party. I'll allow you guys actually to say your position if you'd like, but just know that you are all in a circle, including Esmeralda, Irina, and Ismark,
Oh, okay.
along with 8 other people. So
Yeah, I'm right in between the Raven folk and Fiona. So I hit her
Well,
with a small backhand.
I'm gonna go for Fiona with my greatsword. 23 to hit.
okay, that's a hit.
Yep. And okay, hang on. Let me double check. And, oh yeah, right. So that's 11 slashing damage.
Ooh. You rip into Fiona, cutting by her robe, and just a big old gash comes across her chest. And she is bleeding profusely after that. And she's still standing, but it's things are looking grim, and she is completely taken aback by the savagery you guys are showing.
Shotgun on.
Anyone else
Mordecai
wanna
or
get in?
Marilyn?
I'll let Mordecai go first.
I was gonna pull out my gun and attempt to shoot that imp, the cat that turned into an imp.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try with a branding smite.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Boop a doop. 25 hit.
Definitely a hit.
That would be 9 plus. Well, so 21 total.
You obliterate this thing in one shot.
That's radiant damage. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You hit this thing so it's like a dead shot in the head. Like if there was a head, it's gone. Majesto's the body falls to the ground as blood spurts off. He didn't even have a chance to fly away to get in position to attack because you're just like instant from the robe. You pull out the gun and just boom.
Hold on, my gun!
Yeah. He didn't even have a chance to retaliate. After the words intruder came out and the hits that its master took, you like nope, boom. So Majesto is dead.
Does Battlecat get around too?
Yeah. Battlecat, the armor.
Armor.
Yeah,
And
the armor.
Marilyn.
And Maryland. I was just gonna
And
have
Maryland.
Battlecat go try to get the Were Raven free. Try to break the chains.
Okay.
He's got those awesome gloves of strength.
Yeah. See if you roll athletics for that and see if you can pull that off.
Let's see. So 19, that would be +4.
Yep.
$17.
Yeah. You're actually able to break one of the chains and freeing the Raven. So his arm is now released as Battlecat is able to get one movement to get one of the arms released.
Nice.
He bites down the chain, just pulls, and is able to snap it. Surprisingly enough, the chains are kind of rusted anyway, because if you have noticed, this place is not in the best of care.
Yeah.
It's pretty gross. So yes, with that, we still have Marilyn and the suit, as well as Esmeralda and Irina and Ismark.
Yeah, we got a heck of a group.
Yeah, you actually have a full party this time.
Marilyn
this is
just
like
wants
2
to use
parties.
Eldritch
Yeah,
Blast,
2 full parties.
so-
All right, well, Marilyn, use Eldritch Blast. And I believe you can use this twice now, right?
I have 2 beams, yes.
Yes.
It's nice.
He's
All right,
nice.
so 18.
Who are you attacking?
The bad lady.
Okay.
Yep. and it does 11 damage if 18 hit.
Oh, just like the imp, she falls the same way. You do that blast, and she's obliterated.
Ooh, didn't even have to use my second beam. Kinda still want to. Little sad.
There's
You
other
still have a
cultists.
Other cultists and chains.
But the other people are just stupid townspeople. I almost feel
Well,
bad.
okay, if you want to be merciful.
And your book club leader's dead. Club's over.
Yeah, you hit her with that Elder's Blast so hard, you take her off her feet, especially after everything that's happened to her, and there's just a big old gaping hole in her chest before she drops dead. Yeah, and these people are like, well, if they weren't screaming before, they're definitely screaming now. Like, they're freaking out.
Always respect your elders.
I forgot you stole the old lady. Oh man, this would be like if what was her name from Cinderella or whatever, the bibbity bobbity boo fairy godmother. Yeah, just like a hole through the evil stepmother. That's right. Oh, you got a problem with the stepmother? We got no problems. We'll take care of that right now.
Bibbidi bobbidi boom.
That's right. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. You're going to that ball, okay? Yes. You blast a hole through her chest, and the cult people are screaming. You still have one charge if you want to shoot it or do whatever you want to do, or you can just not do it. You say you respect your elders thing as just they start trying to barrel and escape the room.
Yep, I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna let him escape.
Okay. Yeah,
If the
Esmeralda
suit
and
wants to
them.
do anything, I didn't tell it to. So
Yeah, Esmeralda, Ismark, and Irina are kind of just like standing back. Like, Esmeralda's extremely impressed. She didn't even have to raise a sword. You guys were on it. Yeah, it is crazy.
I look rather disappointed that they ran. I was really hoping to just slaughter them all.
Well,
I
after
think
they
we
run,
scared them straight.
they run straight, and you start hearing, "Oh, what the hell!" And stomps boom down the steps as the brothers start barreling down to see what's going on.
I think we might want to hide.
Yep.
Surprise attack.
Well, I'm not hiding.
I'm gonna hide.
All right,
I'm gonna
everyone
try and
else, anyone who wants to hide, please roll for stealth, please.
21 for stealth.
Oh yeah, you with the cloak and stuff, you're like in the shadows.
7.
You're just an old lady in a cloak.
Yeah.
Standing there.
I'll just stand out in the open and be like, I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna try.
Just play up dementia.
Zildred, you're in the
this isn't
same
going
boat.
again.
The last time I couldn't hide, it worked.
I had to roll a disadvantage. I rolled a 6 and a natural 20.
Ooh.
Aw.
Damn it. I'm just standing against the wall. Like,
So
I'm
the
just
brothers
standing
start.
there ready to settle this little minor score I had against these guys that I'm gonna horribly slaughter them for.
yeah, I forgot. I
No
gotta
idea. They get to
gotta pay
die.
these guys back for that drink.
Yeah, everyone else is pretty much well ahead besides Jumble, Zildred, and Marilyn tried, but she's like an old lady, like trying to like push herself against the wall, and it's just not working out for you.
Me and Joe
So-
are
Yeah,
just
I gave up.
standing right out in the middle, like, yeah, ready.
Maybe Marilyn roll for performance to make it look like you're a scared old lady trying to claw your way out through the wall.
Well, I'm going to play some very old lady cards right now. So whatever.
my sciatica.
Yeah. Like, oh, what are you doing in here? What? And they look down and they start making their way towards the room. They're right near the doorway as they're walking, and then they're looking and they're like, "Mommy?" And they look down as they enter the room and see that their mom currently has a big hole through her chest.
Mother died like the
Here.
bitch she
You're
is.
here.
I look over at Jumbo like, God damn.
I say it in Abyssal, so maybe they don't know Abyssal, but
Dark princes have
oh,
come
I
and they've
understood it.
killed the leader.
Yeah, Zildred knows Abyssal. He just kind of looks at you like, shit, man.
That's dark.
You will
Who
join
did this?
her
Which one of
soon.
them did this? Was it you? And they
The
point
Dark
at Jump.
Princess.
I just heft my greatsword on my shoulder, like, yeah.
You're gonna pay for that. And they get their weapons ready.
I get a surprise attack on him.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with the branding smite route again.
Oh Lord. Okay.
17 to hit.
That's a hit.
6 with that, and then the smite damage. 9. Be blinded by the light.
So a total of 15.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, as they're standing there getting their weapons drawn, ready to fight, you just all like you're behind
Just-
that wall, just
I just
and
unload
the
on
guns
him.
drawn. Yeah, right, pointed right at the cranium, like you basically almost touch the skull and release as the bullet goes right through the head. Boom! Big old blast of light and things go exploding through one of the heads, and you can see bits of brain spray out on the other side of it, and yeah, it's just like the kind of like a hole maybe about that big to the guy's head. As you drop him, he just hits his knees and falls forward. And one kind of screams. Esmeralda also takes an opportunity to attack as well, and she lunges forward with her rapier and tries to stab into the chest from the side. And misses, actually, as the one may have been stunned, but he was well aware that something was on his other side, and he's able to kind of take a step back for a second and just barely misses the rapier. With that, if you guys would like to roll your initiative, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, wow. 11.
Can. I finally don't have to go
Indeed.
first. Yay.
And what were you, Zildred?
8.
8, okay. What were you, Mordecai?
16.
Okay. I had to put this in manually for some reason. It's not letting me restart the rounds, so
Oh.
I
Weird.
don't know what. It's weird. I don't know why I asked to reset and it didn't want to reset. I don't know if it was something with D&D Beyond or what. Anyway, so second, sorry. With that, Mordecai, you are first.
Oh, geez. Well,
Yep.
same old, same old. Let's try it again. I mean, it seems to be working tonight. Let's do some regular shots, though. 22.
Oh, wow.
22 hits.
You're not doing the branding, Smite.
The 7 damage, and I try it again. 29 to hit. That's a nat 20, baby.
Yeah, roll for crit.
Oh, yeah, that's a crit.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 damage.
Both shots pierce the chest and just drop him to his knees, and he bleeds out and dies. Whop, whop. 2 quick gunshots, and he's just like, ooh. He's kind of crying a little bit because of the fact that he's dying, and he's all sad as he bleeds out on the ground.
Yeah, for how much game they talked, they were very easy.
I'm just pissed off because I really wanted some bloodshed for myself to enjoy. I'm just kind of snarling and stomping around, pissed off for a while.
Oh Lord. Yeah, the Raven's a little freaked out seeing all this, but it's got one hand free, so it starts to like try and claw out the other one and is able to kind of pick the lock from his hands. He works his legs and it's just like, I don't know if you're friend or foe, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Erwin sent us to rescue you.
Erwin. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you. Thank you.
Good
These
job.
people are crazy. I was supposed to make a delivery here, and I thought it'd be a simple night. And next thing I knew, I had a whole entire net thrown over me, and I was dragged into this hell they call a house.
And suddenly Jumble's just calm again. But, oh, yeah, they really could stand to clean up around here. It is a nasty place.
Indeed, it is. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
Oh, here, let me get that for you. And I go to snap the chains on his leg. 19 athletics.
Yeah, completely just bam. Quick break. He stands up, kind of holding his wrists and is shaking his legs a little bit and stretching. And he's just like, oh, it's so nice to be off that ground. Thank you. Thank you. Again, I can't thank you enough.
Hey, no problem. It's what we do, I say as I lift up the Fiona and kind of shake her out to see what valuables she has.
On her person is a locket of her husband, and also the ritual dagger, which is a simple dagger.
Locket. Do we recognize the figure in the locket?
No. He looks like an older man for the most part, and doesn't seem to be of any nobility that you're aware of. That it'd be anything that you would need to know.
Figures, bupkis. And I just drop the body.
I take this time to recite my chant or my little prayer over their souls. Although they were followers of darkness, my oath of vengeance has been sated.
You do so. As you do that, Esmeralda kind of like just wipes her sword, kind of sad that she too didn't get to stab anything, is kind of annoyed, and she understands Jumble's frustration. She sheaths
what?
it again. Your frustration.
What
Um,
was that for? No, sorry. Okay.
You're fine. She didn't say it out loud. She's just
Yeah.
quality. She's like, I get it. But
and I just look at her confused as she gives me that nod of understanding. Okay.
but yeah, with that, the where even gets ready. It's like, I am going to return. I will let them know of your doings. I'm not aware of anything else within this mansion, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is any more surprises. So I would be careful. But again, I thank you for what you've done here, and I will be sure to see you at the inn should you return. He does a little bow of thanks and then begins making his way up the stairs and out of the building.
You slowly look for all the lootables, the rotten carrots and tomatoes and all, because they all sell for at least 1 gold, I'm sure.
Yeah, the boys had in total probably 15 gold each. So in total on both of them, it's about 30. They have a short sword, and other than that, they've got a couple of furs of wolves on their person.
All right, my oath of vengeance is complete. Do we wish to examine the rest of this house, or we put the house out of its misery?
Well, I'm gonna try to investigate the room, see if there's any other hidden surprises. 12.
No. Besides what you had seen, what I would describe beforehand, it seems to be just a cellar room which had been transformed into a cult headquarters.
Is there like a cult membership ledger laying around anywhere?
Yeah, actually there is.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
and it has some
I
Barovia
will
names.
just say the OPSEC on this cult is like really flimsy. You know, we just literally walked in off the street. It's like, oh, hey, cool, new members for our secret cult that's going to summon the dark forces of the Netherrealm. Want to murder someone? Awesome.
Well, as you notice,
Not
like
here.
again, this town hasn't had a lot of activity thanks to the Vanderlofts. Like they've kept this place under lock and key for the most part. So, and like, hey, let's do an uprising and blah blah blah. And like, yeah, I'm in. What can we do? So,
Some people drink. Some people sacrifice beings to the eternal darkness.
yeah,
Everybody has a
and they
vice.
thought by rising to power that hey, they can get rid of this family. Fiona can take the head, and maybe we can finally get out of this dump. But yeah, to no avail. With that, in that room again, there's 4 candles. There's a pentagon on the middle of the floor, and also a small little table that has a ledger on it of names within the town of members, which is odd enough that you actually asked for that. I wouldn't even thought like, wow, they actually do keep. Yeah, there's a book with a ledger. If you
Find the
really
guest
want to
book.
know. Yeah.
I guess we'll take a look through it. Who do we see?
Um,
The
Might be a
Vanderloft.
good idea to hand that off to Erwin.
no Vanderlofts. Unless you want to sign your name in it. I mean, you were a guest.
Right.
But there's like Travanoviches, all kinds of weird Barovian names. If I have to, I will literally look up. Okay, Alestroy, Antonovia, Barthos, Nemorovich, Nemrova, Aronovich, Stasny, Zelensky, Martikov, Nimra, Vasha.
Maybe we can hand that off to Erwin so he and his family can keep an eye out for these folk.
That's a good idea.
So you're picking up the book, I take it?
Yeah. Take a look
Okay.
at it. Give it to Erwin.
You got the book.
Yeah, just really okay. Yep. Secret cult. By the way, sign our guest book.
Gotta be on the mailing list. Gosh.
Could be.
Yeah, the cult mailing list. Get a set of robes and some candles. Little sheet music with chants. Chant of the week.
Chant of the week.
So is this a large house, or have we pretty much explored it at this point?
There's a few more rooms if you really want to look. There is some stuff in some of the rooms. I will say, in terms of enemy wise, there is.
Plenty of blood to be had.
There's a few more fights if you really want them, but they're not let me say this. One of the room listed for the enemies, which is typically red in this book, is listed as 8 cats. So if you have a problem with cats,
you wouldn't believe.
there's an entire room of cats. There actually was in the cellar. There is another group of enemies, but currently after going through with the cult, it wasn't triggered. So you can trigger it if you like, if you really want to just beat some people up. But for the most part, there really isn't much besides one specific room that may have some items. Everything else, for the most part, is pretty much nothing.
Well, I'm gonna try to at least wipe away this pentagram a little just to be on the safe side. You know, no sense in letting a ritual circle sitting around intact.
Okay.
So just
you're-
quick, yeah, like just trying to scrape it away with my shoes, basically, or
Oh, you scraped away pretty easily. I mean, it was kind of like a powder in a sense. So you're just kind of like whoop 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 wipe.
yeah,
wipe.
just
Yeah,
that.
it's like
you know, make
it's like
sure
chalk.
it's not.
You're just like, yeah, let's get
Yeah.
rid of this.
At least so it's
And-
not a circle or something.
Yeah. It is no longer a circle. It's done. All
More
right,
of an ellipse, really.
Yes. The circle no longer is a circle. It's a smear. So yeah. I'll leave it to the rest of you guys. We can go through each room if you want to explore. I can you know what, actually, make your way to the storage room. I'm gonna give you guys the map, but because this really wasn't that big of a thing, but the quest I was gonna give you guys was much shorter than that one in order to get to Tome, so just it had a bit more. It had more meat to it.
I just realized she didn't mention a husband.
She did mention a husband, didn't she?
She did.
I'm a little concerned about what might happen if he comes home.
Oh, he's home.
Oh,
He's in bed.
I mean, will that really stop you guys from killing him?
Not one bit.
Oh, you guys should try. I would love to see it.
No,
that wasn't my suggestion, but
I put in the chat the map.
oh, okay. Yep, there's the pentagram.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna go room by room. So we're currently in the cellar. Had you guys made your way out from the actual cellar from the cult, there's actually 8 skeletons that are triggered if you are not with Fiona. If you guys had decided to bolt when you asked, where is this room at? You would have had to fight 8 skeletons when you made that way down if you did not know the phrase in order to not have them attack you without Fiona. Making your way up, you go up the cellar entrance, blah, blah, blah. By the cellar entrance is, you can see, there is another room. There's a storage room. Now, I need you guys here to roll your perception.
Ooh, 21.
Okay.
19.
All right.
8.
9.
Mordecai and Marilyn, you're kind of looking in the storage room, but you're really not seeing a whole lot that interests you. Jumble, Zildred, there is an iron chest. In this iron chest contains a few things. A silk bag containing 180 EP, each coin bearing Strahd's stern, visage, and profile. So these are Barovian coins. A leather bag containing 110 gold pieces. A wooden pipe that has been passed down through many generations of the Wachter patriarchs. 5 scrolls, which are notarized deeds for parcels of land given to the Wachter family by Count Strahd van Zorovich nearly 4 centuries ago. A supple leather case containing an unbound manuscript titled The Devil We Know, a poetic manifesto written by Lady Fiona Wachter attesting that the worship of devils can bring happiness, success, freedom, wealth, and longevity. As you can say, she was a cult
Toilet
leader,
paper.
so of course she was writing a book to try and make some cash on the side.
Memoirs of a Devil Worshipper.
Exactly.
Page 1.
A blasphemous trustee bound in black leather titled The Grimoire of the Four Quarters, written by the infamous Diabloist Devosta, who was drawn and quartered for his fell practices, yet did not die.
So
And this is actually a forgery. It is not the real book, as the Grimoire would drive a reader mad. It was also
Go ahead.
a very old letter to Lady Lavona Wachter, an ancestor from one Lord Vasil von Holtz, thanking Lavona for her hospitality, loyalty, and friendship over the years. Now
All
there
right.
is that's what's in the room. Go ahead.
Well, I think we can make a campfire with the manuscript and that grimoire sometime.
What I heard is we got 5 new bases of operation. We got 5 land deeds. But we got what, 4? And then
Yep.
once we get
There's actually 5 scrolls. They're 5 notarized deeds.
once we get Frankie back and she's feeling better, we can we'll have 5 different parcels of land. The new
I'm trying to leave this place, not like sell the land or anything.
Lords of Barovia.
We might also have, since they're notarized by Strahd, we might have to get him to like rewrite them or something for our membership, which seems to go in the opposite route of what we're trying to do with, end him.
I mean, we could use these if we need to get them rewritten. Could be a one-way ticket to getting Strahd, getting an audience with him. We got 5 deeds of land here that need signing. Knock, knock, knock. Let us in.
Or, hand it off to Erwin since he at least lives here.
Erwin. You're right.
Barter it for money. I mean,
More book. We can barter for more books.
or weapons.
Candles.
Okay, well. Is that everything in the room then? Or
Yes, that is everything in the room.
okay.
Now, with that, you make your way out of the storage room, back out into the main area, and you also go to a room that's a library. In the library are 8 cats. Other than that, the room is just crawling with cats. Bookshelves hug the walls. Most of the shelves are bare. Furnishings include a desk, a chair, a table, a wine cabinet. The room has an irregular shape. None of its angles seem quite right, as though the shifting of the house has set the whole place on edge. So it's just a big library with a bunch of cats running through it, because she's a crazy cat lady apparently, and
Crazy cultist cat lady.
That's typically it in this room.
Kitty! Wait, what? Why do I feel like there was a kitty who wasn't a nice kitty recently?
Good point. There was a nice kitty.
Oh,
With that, you make your way around past the library after peeking through, and you make your way into what's called the master bedroom. The door was locked at some point. For some reason now, the door has been unlocked, and a kind of pressure releases from the house. That sadness and gloom seems to have been gone now, as whatever was keeping the house down has been lifted.
Oh, okay.
Is the house
Prozac
smiling
for
now?
houses.
Maybe. I don't know. You guys aren't outside yet, but you definitely can feel a sigh of relief throughout the house. Across from the door, a fire sputters and struggles for life in the hearth, above which hangs a framed family portrait, a noble father and mother, their 2 young sons, and a baby daughter in the father's arms. The sons are smiling in a way that suggests mischief. The parents look like uncrowned royalty. Wood paneling covers the walls of the room. A closet and a framed mirror flank a curtained window to the south. To the north, a wide canopied bed lies pinned between matching end tables with oil lamps. Stretching out on one side of the bed is a man dressed in black, his eyes covered with a copper piece. He bears a striking resemblance to the father in the painting.
Stop.
You still want to beat up the husband? Here's your chance.
I never said I did, but this just, wow. If she wasn't clearly right in the head, but dang.
Yeah. You also, if you were doing an arcane check, there is a gentle repose spell on him, which means she's keeping the body from decaying. This is who she sleeps next to every night.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Edgar
Yep.
Allan Poe would be proud.
he would be. Now, with that, that's typically the only thing in this room. A lot of the other stuff, there isn't a whole lot. There is one more room if you guys would like to get to. That's in semi-important, but not really important. And that would be Stella's room, which is next. You make your way past that. You go to this other room, and it's a locked room. But again, the house is like done this breath of release, and all rooms that were locked are currently now unlocked. The room is musty and dark. An iron frame bed fitted with leather straps stands near a wall. The place holds no other furnishings. Scurrying away from you on all fours is a young woman in a soiled nightgown. She leaped onto the bed and hisses like a cat. And she yells, "Little kitty doesn't know you. Little kitty doesn't like the smell of you." And she hisses as she makes her way back to a corner of the room.
Calm down, young lady. We're not here to hurt you.
She hisses at you and like puts her hand like a claw, and then she goes back, huddled, holding her legs, crouched.
I really thought this place wasn't gonna get weirder. Why was I wrong?
Maybe Battle Cat can calm her down because he's a cat.
Calm down. Say no to violence.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Why not?
Okay. Yeah. Ballacat makes a move towards her. She still kind of hisses and growls at him, but for the most part, doesn't really do much. She puts her arms around him and kind of gives him a hug after seeing that he's a cat, and she tries making purring sounds as she hugs him.
So does he. It kind of sounds like exhaust.
With that, Esmeralda notices that something's wrong with her. This isn't normal. Like something has been done to her to make her this way. And she reaches into her pocket for something, kind of like a vial of something. And as she is focused on Battlecat, she gives the vial to. Make sure she even has this to double check. I'm pretty sure she does though. Yep, she does. Okay, cool. She uses a potion of greater restoration, and suddenly she kind of snaps from a purring cat to a normal person, just kind of like shakes her head a little bit, and she's like, "What's going on?" She's very confused, and she's disgusted with herself for wearing this nasty stained gown in front of everyone. As she kind of like sinks a little bit in the darkness and like kind of hides her outfit in shame.
Here, take
What
my
just
robe.
happened?
Alzmar looks back like I could see that she was under some type of weird spell. Something that had caused her insanity. So, I gave her a little bit of a potion to help with this madness, and it seems to have lifted. You are okay, child. And she takes off her robe and puts it around her, and she lifts up her hood and stuff. She's just like, "Thank you, my mother." Ugh. Where is she? She's still here. And she gets a little scared now.
She's not really around anymore. I wouldn't worry about her.
She's
She's got a whole lot of other problems to deal with.
Thank goodness. That woman was a monster. She had literally used me as a little girl to try and gain power by marrying me to one of the sons of the Vanderloft. When it didn't go through, she blamed me and she did horrible things. Yeah, she's a bit sad, and Esmeralda's like, there, you're okay, you're okay.
Vanderloft.
Anyway, yes.
Which Vanderloft are you trying to be married to?
One of the younger sons. I don't even remember a name. Everything is a blur from that point.
I'm sure you're better off.
I'm pretty sure I'm much better off, especially now. Now that my sanity has come back, thank goodness.
How like how old would you say she is? Like,
She's
at a
a
glance.
young woman. She's in her 20s.
Oh, okay. So we at least don't have to try to figure out where there's like an orphanage in this town or something.
No,
With her sanity, she's at least probably going to be decently okay.
yeah.
There's a lot to unpack about this situation, but
Probably give her the land deeds.
might be best. She's been through enough shit.
She kind of inherited them because of us.
That's true.
So are you guys handing her the land deeds and stuff then?
Uh,
Like,
the
why
land
would you do
deeds
that?
and maybe that. Oh yeah, maybe the stuff like the pipe, the land deeds, and maybe that letter. Just because we're still going to burn the devil worship and grimoire stuff, because yeah,
Everything but the gold.
Should be fine.
We'll keep the money. Anyway,
It's our payment for helping
Well,
her.
yeah, totally. You guys do so. Do you hand over the stuff? She's thank you so much. This will help me, especially with the state of this house. I most likely am probably going to tear this place to the ground. It's horrible.
Agreed.
There's a church not far from here. I shall stay there for now, at least till I'm able to get my surroundings and things and away from this family. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. If you do run into the Vanderlost, please be careful with them. They are very scary people. Especially their son Victor. He's the one I was supposed to marry, and he was just an awful, awful man.
Victor.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
to know.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I
And
know.
she nods again at you guys, and she starts making her way out of the home as she leaves the room and starts heading out. Now, there's nearly nothing else in her room. I will say this: in the rest of the house, to be honest, there isn't really much of anything.
yeah, that seems likely.
Yeah, let's just go get the tome.
Yeah. For the most part, whatever's left in the house is mainly trinkets and things like that. So if you want to grab trinkets that are kind of worth some money, you can. But other
We
than
never
that,
sell this stuff anyways. We just sit there and hold on to it. So
I mean, if you want to hoard like silver candlesticks and things like that, that's
Silver?
all really what's left. Yeah.
Where's
Man.
the silver?
oh, he's gonna make silver bullets.
Okay, in the den, the room you guys had first entered, where there was some nasty stuff, whatever. There's a silver candlestick, a silver tray, and then what was the other thing? There's a crystal wine bottle as well.
Ooh. Taking
Yes,
it all.
a bottle made of crystal for wine, and also a bronze urn. So silver candlestick, silver tray, crystal wine decanter or wine bottle, and a bronze urn with frolicking children painted on its side.
Creepy.
Yes, she's a very messed up lady. Okay, so I take with that you're done. You're leaving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe accidentally kick over one of the candles by the time we go out.
Are you
make a
doing
sleight
that
of
then?
hand.
Yeah, please. Please roll sleight of hand as you do that.
You're not subtle about it, I guess.
I guess not. Yeah, I aim to kick one of the candles subtly and just fail at that horrendously. Make it very apparent that I kicked it on purpose.
Yeah, everyone looks and sees that you kicked the candle, but no one really seems to mind. The house is like a house of horror, so like, yeah, I wouldn't mind watching this thing burn.
And on the plus side, we did manage to save an innocent woman out of it all.
And she was
And
gonna
also
burn.
got her the deeds and everything, so
Yeah, she was gonna disassemble the house anyways. We're saving her. So.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little concerned about this being our calling card, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sometimes there's just a house that really needs to go.
Yeah. It's how it is sometimes. So,
We'll let this run its own course. This was bound to happen at some point with the way this house was.
Yeah.
as you guys make your way out, now with the house beginning to catch on fire, it almost feels like the house is kind of concerned now that you have set the house on fire. But doesn't listen to the whole I can do. It's a house. So all you see, it almost feels like an air of frantic and
Did somebody put the house to
desperation.
sleep?
It's on the
We need a really big pillow.
a really big pillow. Smother it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. No one can hurt you now. With that, the house begins to become engulfed. You make your way back. You can start hearing bells ring, like for fire.
Ah.
There's the fire, and surprisingly enough, even though it seems that there are some townsfolk in charge of that, they're putting out the fire. Not a lot of people are coming out of their house for this. Probably some people are named in that book. As you make your way to the Blue Water Inn, you can see the friend you had recently made that you had rescued at a table as they are attending to his wrists and wounds. And Erwin comes up to you, happy and excited. It's like, you've done it. You saved him. You did exactly what you said you would do. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yep. We also found a book with, well, a list of the cultists that were part of this little group. At least maybe a good warning list to keep an eye on these folk in
Indeed.
case of similar ideas.
Thank you. Yes, our brother here had told us exactly what was being told, and knowing now that some of the people here would deprive themselves to such a level, it's just disgusting. I truly feel sorry for these people, but with this list, we can at least know if we were ever to finally wrestle control from the Vanderlofts, exactly who in this town is so corrupted. Thank you once again. And as promised, I will present you with the tome. And he does like a little cough from his throat as his wife comes down out of the tap room with a tome. She passes it to him and she goes, "Here, thank you again for what you've done." And he passes the tome on to the old lady.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're very brave for your age.
I'm gonna need my reading glasses for this.
My eyes aren't what they used to be.
Oh,
And
got your
from what you
recipe
can
book.
see, this is the Tomb of Strahd.
Oh,
Almost Strahd?
tome.
You mean
The Tome
Tome?
of Strahd.
Oh,
Okay.
Tome.
tomb.
Tome
Oh,
of
oh.
Strahd, not
Oh,
tomb.
the
Tome.
blueprint, the layout. Perfect.
Right.
Oh, what's the tome of straw?
Strahd's Tome.
The Tome of Strahd. Yes. Wow. Yes, you
Oh, cool.
nailed it. It's an ancient work penned by Strahd, a tragic tale of how he came to his falling state. The book is bound in a thick leather cover with steel hinges and fastenings. The pages are parchment and very brittle. Most of the book is written in the curious shorthand that only Strahd employs. Strain and age have made most of the work illegible, but several paragraphs remain intact and readable. Now,
Is it inked in blood?
I'm going to get...
What did the paragraph say precisely, verbatim?
Or is he looking for that?
Read to us.
You want me to read this? Okay.
In your Strahd voice.
Oh yeah.
I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. But the warriors and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just god, but with none of the gods' grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty, who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy, but she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed, and the date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the age that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death. My death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great deal of anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft. I watched everything I ever wanted to fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mist. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die. Nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth. I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from my movement. But the sword, the cursed sword that Sergei bought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her for within my grasp, but she escaped. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her to love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me. And that is the Tome of Strahd from which you can read. Yay!
Yay.
You guys suck. That's
Yeah.
Nice job,
wrong.
buddy.
I've heard better stories.
I'm sure you
I
have.
have a weak second act.
Sounds
I'm
very,
gonna have nightmares.
sounds eerily similar to the Dracula legend.
I mean, all he did was kill her husband, and somehow she didn't love him, you know? Weird.
Shocking,
Ah.
right?
Hmm.
I
So
wonder if
Shark
Irina can
Pikachu face.
relate. Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I want to ask Erwin if he knows anything of this blade. We'd heard of a weapon from Father Donovich called the Sun Sword.
Ugh, yes, the Sun Sword. A very powerful weapon once held by Sergei.
Is that the sword from the tome? Is he? I guess does it?
I take it. Did you read this aloud, by the way, Marilyn? Because you're holding the tone.
Yeah, sure, why not? In my old granny voice.
Why don't you read it
Hey,
then?
go ahead and read it.
You already read it?
Yes.
There
This is-
guy.
that is
I
the
hate
sword.
him.
It is well known of the sword. It is quite a unique blade that Sergei held.
I hated him for his youth and his joy. So does it?
Yeah.
Do you know where we can find this sun sword? He spoke of disposing of it. Did he say where? Does he hold it within the castle?
That I cannot say. The blade has been lost to time, unfortunately. I would want to say that if it were to be anywhere, he would definitely have it within the castle grounds.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I remember one. Let's see, how did my prediction go? You will find what you seek in the castle amidst the ruins of a place of supplications. There you will locate the sun sword. Yeah.
Then it is very clear where we must go next. We must go looking for the sun sword.
Within a place of supplication.
Supplication.
In the castle. Oh, right, because the castle of Ravenloft, where that nasty Mr. Strahd lives. Ah, man.
Well,
Yes.
I guess we'll head there next, huh?
Or we could check out the Vanderloft place. I mean, that seems to have something going on.
I don't think we need to go there, sweetie.
What's that granny speak of?
I can't hear
Roll
you without my
perception,
cat.
please.
Who? All of us?
Yeah, it's great you say that.
Ooh, finally. 20? I'm paying attention
All
now. What was
That one.
The old lady is starting to seep in.
All right, hang on a second. So we got a nat 1, a 20,
23.
a 23, and a 24. Okay. Yeah, you guys notice quickly that something's going on outside of the Blue Water Inn. Except for Marilyn, who is trying to ignore what was just said because she in no way wants to go there. But unfortunately, something seems to have happened. And unbeknownst to you, it looks like a couple of your party members are no longer there.
Irina.
The one and the same. As you look outside, you see some more robed-like figures, but not in the normal robes that the other ones were having when you had gone to the manor earlier of Fiona's. These seem to be almost warlock, wizard-like robes outside of the building currently. As you start to notice some chants, and the floor begins to become engulfed in flame.
I sprint out the door while also drawing.
You're going to be making that decision next time because this is where we're stopping.
Of course.
Cliffhanger.
Yep.
Irina. Fade to black.
Hang off the cliff.
Is
Curtain.
this karma for all the fires we've set?
I don't know. It seems to be a ongoing thing for us to light things on fire. So
The whole
I
land
just
of
wanted.
Barovia
It seemed like fun. You guys look like you were having fun with it, so I kind of wanted to join in for once. Everyone else gets to light shit on fire. I might as well start too.
Well, that would explain why DMs like to party kill murder hobos.
Mm-hmm. It's always a good time when someone steps out of line.
Somebody
Just
gets
teasing.
burnt.
That's right. You play with fire, you're gonna get burnt, kids. Lesson of the day.
Wait, what? That's how it goes? Dang.
So,
I thought it was play with fire and your fun never stops.
oh man. Then if that's the case, then we're gonna have a lot of fun shortly.
All right.
Well,
I'll
we
have to
managed
save
to
you
fit a
next
lot
time,
more
maybe.
than a werewolf fight in here.
Yes. I know it was a short fight, but to be honest, those guys really were weak sauce.
Yeah, that seemed
a
to be
lot
the
of
gist
a lot
of
of
it.
the manor was more exploring, but there really wasn't a whole lot in the manor. And I typically the actual quest they wanted you to do in order to get the tome was to get wine, but Esmeralda had that on her person, and it just didn't make sense to me. To almost every other town you go to is just like, if you get us booze, we'll give you what you want, and you already used that to get into the town, so I wouldn't feel like using that again as an excuse.
No, this seemed like a good way to set things up.
Yeah,
Fun.
and you got to deal with a crazy old lady and her fiend and cat, and typically there really wasn't much else going on in this town besides the Vanderloff family, so it was just a good segue to get you guys prepared beforehand and give you guys a little something to get into the Tome of Strahd, which you guys now have, and now you guys have the lore, so you know what happened and why he's a cranky old bat and why he's got no feelings and things like that.
Yay.
Driven mad.
Yeah, decisions.
That's right. Love does things to people, man.
The consequences of his actions.
That's right.
But he
You
doesn't
call
acknowledge
someone
them.
old long enough.
So we learned the lesson of this story. Words hurt, kids.
Well, I thought
That's
the theme
right.
of today was respect your elders, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
You guys blew a hole through one elder, so I mean,
With
Yeah,
respect.
but she wasn't a very respectful elder to others.
that is true.
You know, do
Good
unto
point.
others
Good
as you would
point.
have them do unto you.
And I feel like I was a superior elder,
Nice.
so I was
The
allowed
superior
to.
elder.
A superior elder. I ranked up higher than that lady, so by those standards, I'm allowed to do that.
Mhm.
That's why she wanted to take over the town too. She felt the same way. You had stronger convictions, I guess.
I
And
was
you
just
knew
more
Al-
powerful.
Yeah, you knew Eldritch Blast.
You
Yeah.
elders.
Which is it's just funny because every person in that house besides her had less than 11 health. Even the imp was weak, and you guys annihilated
It was a
them.
confidence
I'm like, I
booster
can't-
for me, though. I mean,
Was it? Did you feel
it
good about
was. I
yourself?
felt so big and bad after that. Just,
Yeah,
I
their
mean,
son-
I assume most of the other people were basically like commoners stat wise or something.
yes, they were cultists, but like their health was pretty low, and the sons were actually nobles.
Oh,
Those were their stats were for nobles. So even if you guys had fought them in the bar, it's a good chance you either would have murdered them or completely knocked them out in a couple of hits. Even barehanded, I'm pretty sure you could have taken them.
Jumbo would have torn them apart like chicken drumsticks.
yeah.
Smashed him into the floor or the wall.
And I was surprised to see that one of the rooms, in terms of enemies, was listed as cats. That cracked me up.
Yes.
8 cats. Who would have thought? The crazy cat lady.
Yeah, she just was all sorts of screwy, really.
Oh yeah, but it was great. I love the fact that you guys actually played along and didn't just go in and full on fight off the rip.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
actually
it worked.
surprised we didn't.
I'm surprised with you. Like everyone else, like they're ready to. You're like, I want to see what happens. Like Marilyn, I thought you were gonna be like, go ahead and stab him. I'm curious. You weren't making much effort to really stop them at first, and they're like, "Oh, we're fighting now. Okay, cool. I'll use Eldritch Blast, I guess."
I was impressed our paladin could convince them so well. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
man,
thought-
for someone who's
I seduced her so bad.
oh yeah, I mean
If
for
I
someone
weren't
who's
married.
To a corpse.
that's right. It's kind of even her description is like she literally sleeps next to him every night and doesn't admit that he's dead.
Hardcore denial.
Well, ain't got to worry about that no more. You burned all the evidence, so
Still have the ledger.
That we do.
Oh, you gave that to Erwin, but
Yeah.
we do still have her stupid books. Probably
That's
could just
true.
drop them on our way out of the inn. It's on fire. Yeah, it kind of sucks for Erwin that his place is now on fire.
And I have so many
I was
candles in
feeling
there.
good about this this quest, you know? We actually
Yeah.
kind of saved the young woman and stopped an evil cult and all that, and then boom, suddenly the quest giver's place is up in flames. Like, man, come on. We can't catch a break here.
it's Barovia. It's not meant to be a break for you guys.
Yeah, that's fair. Barovia does seem to really know how to drag you down.
It's true.
A little bit.
But with that, guys, that's going to end our stream for tonight. I have to actually look at the calendar. I don't know if we're going to have. Yeah, no. Our next game will probably not be till actually November, because the 20th, one of our guys is going to a concert, so we won't be able to do it.
Yeah, we'll probably just play a game or something while he's
Oh, we could
off
do that.
doing things.
We can try to fill in the space at least.
That's right. I mean, maybe we could try out that that Neverwinter online, or we could do a board game, or we can sit around and BS about the campaign so far. If you want to do that too, we can figure something out. But yeah, our techie guy is going to be gone, so yeah, he's going to see the Knights in Satan's Service.
Oh yeah.
On the 20th. So
Wait, what is that spell?
Chris.
Chris.
Makes sense.
Uh,
Yeah, it'd be
Great.
fun.
and don't forget, tomorrow's our tournament.
Yes, that's
Yes.
true. We're doing the Tournament of Champions. It is supposed to be horror themed, so it's going to be spooky.
Moldine's Menagerie of Mayhem.
Yes.
Halloween
More-
edition.
Halloween edition.
Mayhem.
I'm excited because now we got Marin, Jumble, not Jumble.
He's gonna play two characters. That's bold.
Yes,
Wow.
please. Oh, he can play all of them.
I think Google
Mike
Shorts.
Ironhands, Google
Yep.
Shorts, and the Drunk Cleric.
what was your drunken
No, the drunk
cleric's name?
cleric will not be there.
What?
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 I have to run. I'm running cameras. Remember?
Oh, yes, right.
Cameras run
Yeah.
themselves.
Jace
what
is
about-
putting somebody in. I think.
Oh, so
Oh,
Jace is
okay.
going to make it?
Is he?
I think so. Yeah.
Yay! The same guy who thinks dinosaurs should bow their necks to him. So
Break their necks when they bow to
bow
him.
to him.
Right,
Thank
yeah.
you. I misquoted. I'm sorry. That was the wildest thing I've ever heard out of someone's mouth in a long time. And I'm excited to hear more. So
Still
yes,
want to
we
make a
had-
shirt. We're gonna
Oh,
do
boy.
that.
Dinosaurs break their neck when they bow to me.
Yes.
Initiative Impossible merch.
We need merch actually. I need to. I want to draw a Jumble doing the spinning pile driver that Zangief does as a shirt as well. to that hag. That was great. That's the difference between doing an attack and hitting it, and then doing it with flair and adding performance to it.
We also need like a gif of an old lady suddenly just whipping out Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
While everything is on fire everywhere.
Where am I?
And
Eldritch
everything.
Blast.
Yelling bibbity bobbity boom.
Yeah, bibbity bobbity boom.
Oh.
Yeah.
But with
okay.
that's
Yep.
gonna end our stream for tonight. Again, tomorrow we're starting at what, 6:30?
Yep,
Yeah,
same time.
normal
Yeah, it should be same
Yep.
time.
Normal time tomorrow, 6:30. We'll be having the contest of champions. Very excited. It's gonna be great.
Woo! Yay! Watch
Well-
them all die.
Yeah, I'm very. It's gonna be scary, so we'll see how it goes. I heard spiders are involved, possibly. So
Oh,
yeah,
Yes.
I'm real excited. But again,
Alright.
thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast as always. We love having you here, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.
well,
Bye.
Bye.
uh,